This 68-year-old man works exhaustingly every single day in a smoke-filled kitchen. Unpaid. No days off. For the exact past 10 years. And the real reason he does it will absolutely break your heart. Today, I decided to secretly follow my father to show the world an unfiltered reality. The sun is just beginning to rise, the morning dew still biting cold on the skin. The 15-kilometer journey to the central market begins. At 32 years old, driving behind him, I still feel like a child trying to keep up with my father's giant shadow. I had to keep my distance so he'd act as naturally as possible. Navigating through this bustling, claustrophobic market, my father's target isn't the freshest produce stands. He comes here to collect the imperfect veggies that merchants can no longer sell. They look a bit bruised, but inside, they are completely fine. A massive bag of cucumbers. Some gourds, and winter melons.
Sáng bán cho khẩu đi. Mở hàng tôi ế.
Before leaving, he doesn't forget to buy a small bunch of bananas. He says it's an offering for the earth god, praying for peace. It's such a small detail, but to me, it says everything about my father. He believes in gratitude. Even before starting a day of giving, he still remembers to set something aside as thanks. Cutting through the crowded streets, on that ancient motorbike, my father is carrying loads of hope. The destination is the rehabilitation hospital, where stroke and paralyzed patients are fighting to regain every single movement of their bodies. In the kitchen, the fire is already roaring. Today, Ms. Lone, a sponsor, brought pork early in the morning. The ladies handle the savory dishes, while my father, he is in charge of the soul of the meal, the rice. He weighs the rice. After 10 years of doing this every single day, my father doesn't need to guess. He knows exactly how much is enough. Look at the size of this rice cooker. And it's not just one, there are two of them, just as massive. To get the rice to cook evenly, my father doesn't do it the ordinary way. He boils water separately first, then pours it into the rice cooker. This is a massive pot of pork braised in black pepper, and a pot of yam soup. The yam is mashed smooth with a spoon. This way it won't be hard, and it's easier for the patients to swallow. These are the vegetables my father collected from the market this morning. All of them still perfectly good. This batch is being saved for the evening meal. This is my father's kingdom. Sacks of rice overflowing with compassion stacked in a corner. A tiny, flimsy folding bed, where a 68-year-old aching back rests when exhaustion hits. A small shrine, right in the kitchen. In Vietnam, we honor the kitchen god, hoping the kitchen stays safe. That bunch of bananas he bought this morning, that's the offering for him. The water in the rice cooker is boiling now. My father adds the rice bit by bit, stirring as he goes so it doesn't burn at the bottom. Outside, the elderly patients are just as lively. Bursts of laughter, as if, for a moment, they've forgotten about the illness altogether. The second rice cooker is filled and stirred too. Sensing there's a bit too much water, he scoops some out. A donor arrives with vegetarian food, boxes of vegetarian rice and porridge, already prepared. This will be the patient's breakfast. Steam rises off the pot of braised meat, drifting through the air like something warmer than just steam. My father counts the meal boxes again, checking if there's enough. The soup is almost done. He checks the rice. Wow, this is perfect. Everything is ready. My father walks up to check the wards, to see if any more patients need a meal today. These are the charity meal slips. Today's list. 80 portions, just for lunch. Family members of the patients, using whatever free time they have, come down to help portion out the meals. They scoop the rice into containers, one by one. Grain by grain, the steaming rice fills each container. This woman is caring for her husband, who suffered a stroke. He's doing physical therapy right here, in this very hospital. This young man is looking after his sick father. Spoon by spoon, the soup goes into the boxes.
Cô phát tài rồi có về không? Dạ chưa biết.
The patients' families care deeply for my father. Whenever they're around, they won't let him do everything alone. He just sits and talks with them instead. When it comes to the braised pork, my father does the portioning himself. After doing this for so long, he knows exactly how much to give so everyone gets enough to eat. As he serves, he checks the name written on each box, making sure it matches the right person. Everything is nearly finished. Outside, family members check the names on the boxes before carrying them back to the wards. This boy is looking after his sick mother. He carries the meals for the entire room back by himself. Inside, my father keeps carefully portioning, making sure every box has enough. Almost done. One family after another carries their meals back to the wards. my father keeps going, all the way to the very last one. A table full of meals, made with nothing but goodwill. My father checks each box, adding a little extra meat wherever it's needed. And once everyone has left, that's when my father is alone again, cleaning this kitchen by himself, wiping everything down, getting ready for the evening meal. Watching him in this moment, something in my chest just tightened.
Để nó đi giờ đâu có ra, đâu còn sức khỏe để làm gì. Chỉ là làm vậy, sống qua ngày, chờ qua đời thôi. Này, đến lúc mà thương cháu mà cũng không có cam được. Không thì bây giờ lớn là ráng thôi.
Yeah. This is my father's motorbike. It's old. Really old. It's been with him for over 10 years now, ever since the day my younger brother had his accident. 3 vertebrae, shattered and crushed. At that point, he was barely alive. My father made a prayer. If his son lived, he would spend the rest of his life doing charity. My brother survived, and this man has kept that exact promise for a decade. Looking at my own little daughter growing up now, I finally truly understand just how massive and monumental the weight of a father's love really is. A father's love in its purest form. Every donation that comes in, my father takes the time to cook it himself and delivers it by his own hands to every single patient in this hospital. This afternoon, the cycle continues. No flashy cameras, no cheering crowds. Just a father, an old motorbike, and an unconditional love for complete strangers. If this video moved you, even just a little, leave a comment for my father. I promise I'll read it to him. And if you want to see more real stories from Vietnam, nothing scripted, nothing hidden, subscribe to PUW Vietnam and turn on notifications, because next week I'm bringing you another story, just as real as this one. Thank you for watching.